I'm hanging my prints on these aspen trees to do the first installation of a trailside art gallery.
What would cause a man to drive up into the mountains to display his art among the trees? The answer might have a deeper meaning than you would expect.
For me, nature has always been an inspiration. But also my travels and the adventures that I've had overseas and domestically, those all work their way into my designs. I've got the opportunity to travel all over the world by bicycle, really. I've crossed Africa and across South America and Europe and the United States on a bike, and it does change how you see the world. So it slows things down and lets you see things at a more human speed than racing through the countryside in a car or in an airplane.
Oftentimes, people doubt one's actions. They question an artist's decisions on what they are doing and offer a solution or path that they think is the only way to success. Some people cave and follow the beaten path, while others decide to take risk and go against the grain. Jason Becker is a man who follows his intuition in the pursuit of fulfillment. It's not easy, but choosing to face your fear of failing may be the best thing you ever did.
Our current experiences have to run through the filter that is our past. So people gave me a hard time when I was in college. Why don't you work on a computer? You're drawing everything by hand. And now I know why, because this is what I do. At an early age, I knew that I could draw. And I recall sitting in church when I was a little kid, drawing pictures and understanding perspective a little bit at an early age. Basically been drawn in sketchbooks like this ever since then. I've had a fair number of people question my decision to go out on my own and quit a teaching job that paid pretty well and was a steady paycheck and had a nice place to live and all that. And I guess I think that there are two ways to live your life. You can live a life of abundance or you can live a life of fear. And I think sometimes people get fearful of taking a risk. If you stay in a place that's comfortable, there's no chance of failing. But at the same time, there's no chance of really succeeding what you want to do in life. So to kind of take that bull by the horns, that bull being like your own life and like, what do I want from this thing? What I would say to any up and coming young artist who wants to make art their living, I say do it. And that sounds pretty cheesy, but like Jim Carrey said one time, like you can fail doing anything that you don't want to do in life, so you might as well try the thing that you want to do. And that's it for me. I just think if the whole world was to walk away from that crappy job that they are in every day that they're not happy with and they pursue the thing they wanted to do, the whole world would feel lighter just because everybody gets to do what they want to do. And it's not about being the best, because if you're not the very best person out there, there's always someone better than you. So it's not about being the best, it's about being genuine and being real. There was a time when I was trying to make my stuff look like somebody else's so it could compete with it, and I finally realized like that's stupid. You're not them, you're you, and you have a unique story and you have a unique past and you have a unique set of skills. That's what you do. And I think if everybody does that, you're going to find a pretty fast track to that flow state in your life where you find that you wake up every day excited to do what you get to do for a living. Fucking nailed that.
Boom.
Thanks, dude.
That was good. That was really good.
And that's true.
Jason's work is incredibly unique. It is adventure and outdoor driven, inspired by his worldly travels. It's not that he just sketches what he sees, but he adds his own style and perspective. A buffalo with a camper on its back, and a portrait of an old man with a kayaker cascading down his beard as if riding a waterfall, are classic examples of his style. What I really like about Jason's art is that he sticks to his roots, pencil and paper. It is extremely important for Jason's creative process that he goes out and sees these places with his own eyes and offers us his interpretation of what he sees.
If you're sitting in a studio back in the city waiting for these ideas to come and these sketches to come, it's not going to happen, because you have to get out into those places that inspire you. And it turns that switch in that imaginative part of your brain that's like, oh gosh, I get it, I see this. And you start to see these trees as these characters almost when you're out here, but you wouldn't do that if you're sitting at home pulling an image of an aspen tree up on Google. And I draw things by hand. It is on a computer now with a digital tablet and all, but it's all hand-drawn stuff. And had I switched over to the computer right away when I was younger, I may have leaned on that entirely and not refined my drawing skills as much as I have. The inspiration for all of this stuff comes from being outdoors and being in nature. So we thought it would be fun to come out and do an art show in the trees.
Yeah. Honey, use your cell phone, take picture. Take picture of us. Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
How often you do this?
Jason and I went up to Kenosha Pass to do the first Trail Threads Trailside Art Gallery. But there was a much deeper meaning than sitting back and watching people pause their outdoor excursions to soak in Jason's work. You see, his ideas start in nature and head back into the city to Jason's studio. Here, they go through a digital transformation. Hand-drawn images become vectors on a computer screen. His images live out the rest of their lives, printed on canvases and t-shirts. But it was on this day that his artwork became full circle for the first time and found their way back into nature, where their origin began.
Yeah, so the ultimate goal for Trail Threads for me would be to have it be a way to sustain my lifestyle. So I don't want to spend every day down in the studio in Denver drawing. I want to have lots of flexibility to be able to come up to the mountains and get inspiration and take trips that provide more inspiration. I like the idea as an artist of being able to sell your artwork, but selling it to the masses, so I could be on the road and literally be selling stuff from my vehicle. Say I live in an RV and can travel around. When I biked across Africa, I literally quit my job, sold my house and all its furniture, and left. When I got home, I didn't have anything, a place to live or a house, anything. But that sort of set the tone for the rest of my life. It becomes about experiences and the people that you meet doing the things that you love in life. So if you stay in your old hometown and you do the thing that people expect you to do, it makes other people feel comfortable, but the whole time you're like martyring yourself for your own life. And for me, this has been so freeing to quit that job. I love the kids and I love teaching a lot, but to have access to the mountains and work in a community back down in Denver where there's so many people supporting you and helping you and collaborating with you, that it almost seems so that was ever a choice to not do that.
The first exhibition?
The first exhibition, you're right. The Trail Threads Trailside Gallery. Guess we can use that, right?